Okay, next question, different religions. Let's start with the definition. What is religion? This comes from one of our dictionaries. The religion is the belief and worship of God or gods. I think that's a good definition, the belief and worship of God or gods. Well, how did religion come about? Why have we got so many? The popular idea today is that religion started as very simple human beings trying to explain the things that they did not understand. So they worshipped things that they could see, the sun and the moon, etc., and they worshipped them as gods who brought them light, heat, and life. Over time, these primitive ideas about gods were refined into the religions that most of us are familiar with today. Some say that the three religions that worship one God, monotheistic religions, that's Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, are just the latest evolution in religion, and even these will change in time. But the Bible gives us a very different picture. In the beginning, it says the first people knew God. They weren't guessing about him or trying to invent ideas about things they didn't understand. God met with them and walked with them and spoke to them. And sadly, over time, human beings decided they didn't need God. Instead of knowing God, they gave up that knowledge and started worshipping things that were made rather than the one who made those things. Now, this means that all world religions are backward steps from what our first ancestors knew. Rather than evolving, religions have de-evolved. How did other religions come about? Why are there so many religions? Well, because human beings like to make stuff up, and when we make things up, we get it wrong. Next question, are other religions right? And of course, there are certain things in every religion in the world that are common. That means there are many things that, as a Christian, I would agree with my Muslim friends about. Common things that we hold dear. But the real issue is which religion will actually get me to the right God. I can be very sincere in my religion, but I can also be, of course, sincerely wrong. Now, here are Jesus' words, and they are very clear. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. What makes Christianity different? C.S. Lewis, who wrote the Narnia books, said the difference between Christianity and all other religions is grace. In other words, Christianity is about what God does for us, not what we do for God. Grace means gift. And so spiritual life, salvation, forgiveness, being part of God's family, all of these things are about grace, about what God does for us. Let me put that another way. The Bible teaches that in order to know God, we need to be made new, born again, changed inside. We need to be brought to life spiritually. All other religions teach that we chase after God, but Jesus says that God has chased after us and rescues us. Christianity is all about God's plan to save us through Jesus, not about our effort to save ourselves through doing good things. Now, I think there is no problem with studying other religions. In fact, I think it's a really good thing to know what others believe. But I would encourage you to listen to what Jesus says, particularly about how we believe and how we know God and how we worship him. In the end, religion comes down to a relationship with God, and Jesus says he is the only way to do that. We know him and we know God.